What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again. You guessed it, with another video. Let's get right into it. If you're experiencing this in your hometown, it's time to ask God if you should move. All right? If you've been living in the same area for a while and you feel like you would like to experience something different, and if you're just tired of the same thing over and over again, and if you're getting the feeling, like a feeling from somewhere you may not know where, that there's more out there to life, then you're meant to experience more places than just the place where you're from. You're meant to go out and explore and go to different places. Because if you're still in the same area and you're tired of being around the same old things, seeing the same old people, and you feel undervalued, you're not even valued by people, like people ignore you, people act like they don't even know you half the time. People act like they don't even see you half the time. You'll feel undervalued, right? You'll know that you have value, but you'll see people trying to devalue you. You'll feel people trying to get you to fit into a devalued position. Like, in order for us to be around you, you have to accept how we're going to treat you, and that's going to make you feel devalued. So in order to be around certain people, you have to accept a lower position just to be around them. So if you're experiencing things like this, God is trying to tell you, or try to get you to realize that he's trying to tell you that maybe there's something else out there for you and you should go experience something different. If you've been wanting to go to a certain place, or if you've been feeling like you really want to go someplace different or experience some new things, and you've been seeing this place a lot, you've been seeing the name of this place a lot, you've been seeing a lot of commercials for vacations and things like that, you've been seeing people take trips, you keep seeing videos about people saying go out, adventure, explore. All right, you keep getting messages and download from the universe about people going places, and you might see a movie about somebody. It might be called The Great Trip or something like that. You might see something along those lines, to where the universe sends you a message to where it's okay for you to go out. It's okay for you to experience new things, which it always is, because the universe always has your back as a chosen one, and God always has your back. You're always going to be protected, and you're always going to be taken care of. No matter where you go, there's always going to be help for you, and there's always going to be someone or something that is able to look out for you, an opportunity, a person, a place. There's always going to be something for you. You're never going to go anywhere and be without. So don't have any fear. If you feel like you want to go someplace new, if you feel like there's some place that you want to experience, or if you feel like you're ready to leave your hometown, then that's a sure sign that God and the universe is trying to tell you that there's more out there for you, and that you should go experience other things. All right. If you're tired of going to the same job every day, if you're tired of being around the same people at that job every day, if you're tired of being treated poorly and not being treated good, then you should try to find some place where you should go. Like, if you have a dream, then definitely you should go someplace else. You should go someplace where your the area will cater to people who have that dream. Whatever it is you want to do, don't be afraid, and go out there and go do it. Because if you stick it out, it will work out for you, and good things will happen. All you have to do is believe in God and believe in your dream, and things will work. So if it's something that you can do where you're at, I would just isolate yourself and work on yourself. But if it's something to where you have to go, or there's an opportunity there, and you can go out there and seize the opportunity and make it happen for yourself, then I wouldn't be afraid. I wouldn't have any fear. I would pray. I would ask God to guide you in the right direction, ask God to show you signs, ask the universe to guide you in the right direction, ask the universe to show you signs. And that way you'll be guided divinely. You'll be guided. But most certainly, if you're seeing these things and you're feeling that people really don't want you around like that, you're feeling that people aren't really taking you as you would want to be taken. People aren't really treating you like you want to be treated. Not to say people, if you go someplace different, people will treat you better, but sometimes you need to go to a new place because everybody needs to be able to experience things on their own. Everybody needs to be able to experience life on their own without being around the people that they grew up around, without being around people that they know, family, friends, everybody. Everybody has to go out and venture and do their own thing eventually by themselves without having anybody around, because in order for you to grow, in order for you to become who you're supposed to become, in order for you to find out what that is and what you have, what you're made of, what God wants you to do, you have to go out and venture out and do your own thing. And you have to be on your own for a while. And that's all God wants you to do. When you feel like you need to leave your hometown and go to a new area, all you uh, all you're are trying to do is just go out and be your own person. And if you're feeling like you need to leave home, if you're feeling like you need to go out and experience something new, do it, because that's you trying to be your own person. And there's nothing wrong with that. You need to go out and you need to be your own person. You need to go experience things. You need to go try new things. You need to go do things on your own. You need to be able to not have to rely on anybody but yourself. All right, and that's what life is all about. That's what becoming an adult is all about. That's what growing up is all about. Okay, so anybody out there that no matter what, even if you are already grown, you're still here, you're still alive, and you still have life to experience. So if you've never left your hometown, if you've never left your area, if you want to be successful, if you've been feeling that you need to get up and go, or you need to try something new, do it. And don't be afraid, because if you're afraid, you'll attract fear, and you'll bring fear with you along the way. You don't want to bring any fear with you. So just pray. If you're uneasy or if you're unsure, keep praying about it. Ask God to guide you in the right direction. Ask God to show you where He wants you to go and what He wants you to do. And if you do that, you can't lose. But I guarantee you, if you feel that it's time for you to go, or you feel that you need to experience something new, go do it, because that's God, that's the universe, that's your intuition trying to let you know, that's your higher self trying to let you know that, yo, you need to dip. If you go out and leave, there's something out there great and better for you to see and experience. God has something better and something greater for you sometimes in other places. And sometimes you have to go out and you have to experience the unknown and travel and go see what that is. And you won't know unless you try. So don't and I wouldn't advise you to tell anyone. I would just get yourself together, get yourself right, before you go. Make sure you have yourself together. Make sure you're prepared, and then I would just dip. I wouldn't say anything to anybody. Make sure you have enough money. Make sure you got enough everything, and then just dip. All right, and you can't really plan everything out perfectly as you want all the time, but when you plan, you have a better chance no matter what. Even if it's a little bit of planning or a lot of planning, at least plan something before you go, so that way you'll have something and you don't go without nothing. It's always good to go with some money, because it always makes the trip that much better and that much easier for you. All right, so, and don't tell anybody that you're going, because people will discourage you. So that's why I said just get yourself prepared, keep it on the hush, keep it on the low, just ha ha he, stack your bread, and then as soon as you feel ready, as soon as you want and you can't take it anymore, or as soon as you feel like it's time, bounce. bounce, biggity ounce, and get up out of there and pray your way the whole entire trip. Talk to God the whole entire trip. That's really all it is. It's just a trip for you and God, for you to experience new things, for you to experience life on your own, for you to experience God, for you to experience peace, I'm sure, and for you to become the person that you're supposed to become, man, woman, and for you to God wants you to go out and find your value. You're supposed to value yourself, but when you're going out to experience things and going out to make your dream happen, you'll discover your own value, no matter what happens. All right, whether you strike it rich or whether you go back to the drawing board, you'll discover your value, and everything happens for a reason. So, and you could take a learning, you could take a learning experience and a lesson from everything, especially a trip where you went out and trusted God and you believed in yourself and you knew that if I believe in myself and if I try, I can make this happen. And sometimes it will happen. Sometimes you'll have to go back and you'll have to redo things to go out and make it happen again. But you don't give up. Just that's why I say study success stories. There was this one comedian on YouTube, and he does a lot of church comedy. The guy with like the big eyes, dark skinned guy. He said he traveled here, traveled there, went out, came back, and still didn't make it. Had to start over, still didn't make it, and he didn't give up. And he still now is doing his comedy. He's successful. I see him posting videos about his comedy, doing skits. He's getting thousands of views, millions of views, stuff like that. He's got he has shows. People buy tickets from him. He gets hosted. He hosts shows and stuff like that for churches. Does all types of comedy events and things like that. So when you don't give up, your dream will happen. And now that's even more experience for him. That's more life for him to talk about, more things for him to joke about, more life that he's experienced that he can help somebody else coach them through or talk them through or inspire them through. So always trust God, always pray, but always believe in yourself and don't be afraid. If you feel that there's something you need to go out and experience and you need to leave your hometown to go do that, by all means, but do it in a safe, smart way. Don't do it in a way to where you end up having to call on people for help or try to get help from people, or don't do it to where you need to try to don't do it to where you can't do it on your own. All right, that's all I'm saying. Make sure when you go out and you do it, you can do it on your own by yourself without any help, because it makes it that much better and you feel that much more accomplished, whether you succeed or you don't succeed, because that way it won't be anybody's business. Because if you don't succeed, people will hold it against you. You'll never hear the end of it. They'll always be bringing it up, and you'll have to you'll it'll just make it not good for you, and you'll end up having to stay away from people you should have separated yourself from to begin with, like you initially thought that you should, that you got that feeling. That's why you got that feeling in the first place, because everybody needs to separate themselves to go out and do their thing. All right, especially when you have people talking about you, gossiping about you, and trying to control you, and they're in your inner circle, whether it's family or friends. You need to break away from that and you need to do your own thing, but do it in a smart, wise way. Don't do it in a way to where you're going to need them in a few weeks, because they're going to hold that against you. And I understand sometimes pressure is too strong, pressure is too hard. People just need to get away because the energy is too negative or too toxic. But always pray, always trust in God, and always plan, so that way you won't have to rely or depend on any toxic people, because you're trying to get out of a struggle or work your way up to become who you want to become. So if you feel the need to go, plan it out, and make sure when you get to where you get is straight business, no play. You don't have time to play. You don't have time to entertain any new people other than people that are on the same path as you or leading you in the direction that you want to go. All right. So as long as you do that, you'll be successful. And even if it doesn't work out as planned, you'll still end up successful. You just may not end up reaching your goal. You'll just end up doing what you were going to do at home in another area, which is fun, and nothing wrong with that either, because there's nothing wrong with going out, trying new things, experiencing new places safely, wisely, and smartly. Okay? Plan. I'll see everybody in the next video. This has been a Druuill special. Shout out to the Chosen Vessel. Somebody asked me to make this video. I hope you see it. I'll check you out. Show me some love in the comments. Everybody hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video. We ain't gonna never stop. Druuill out.